second ray of 16th word, which means the confliction, seemingly confliction between two kinds of verses. First kind of verses about the existence of things instantaneously and merely, and the other kind of, the second kind of verses is about the existence of things gradually, and step by step. So how can we overcome this problem between this confliction? What is the point of agreement between these verses? Let me tell you the verses for you. First of all, from the Quran, إِنَّمَا أَمْرُهُ إِذَا أَرَدَ شَيْئًا أَن يَقُولَ لَهُ كُن فَيَكُونُ. That means, indeed, his command when he wills a thing is be, and it is. And the other verse is إِنْ كَانَتْ إِلَّا صَحْيَةً وَاحِدَةً فَإِذَا هُمْ جَمِيعٌ لَدَيْنَا مُحْضَرُونَ. It will be no more than a single blast, when lo, they will all be brought up before us. This is about the existence of things instantaneous and merely. The other group is ahsene kulli şeyin halaka, the artistry of God, who disposes all things in perfect order. And the second ayah, verse is Sunallahu lezi etqana kulli şey, who has created everything in the best way. They show us that existence of things is gradual, step by step, through a vast power within knowledge and fine art within wisdom. So let me try to explain between these two kinds of verses. Let's start an example. Let's talk about a craftsman, like a tailor, who creates something artistic with much difficulty and employing many skills, and makes a model for it. Then he can make others similar to it quickly without difficulty. Sometimes even it becomes so easy, they are as though made at a command. They acquire a powerful order in that way. Like a clock, they function and work as though at the touch of a command. In the same way, after making this universe and all its contents originally, the all-wise maker and all-knowing inscriber gave everything, the whole and parts, the universe and every century a model, and every day a model, maybe every spring he makes a model, making every century a model. The eternal inscriber clothes them with bejeweled new worlds through the miracles of his power, and making every year a scale, he sews skillfully fashioned new universes through the wonders of his mercy, and making every day a line, he writes the decorated, constantly renewed beings in them through the subtleties of his wisdom. Furthermore, just as the absolutely powerful one makes each century, each year, each day a model, so he makes the face of the earth and the mountains and the plains and the gardens and orchards and trees, each a model. He continuously sets up new universes on the earth and creates new worlds. He removes one world and replaces it with another. Season after season, he displays the miracles of his power and gives gifts of mercy in all the gardens. He writes them all as wisdom displaying books, establishes them as kitchens of mercy, and clothes them in every renewed garments full of art. Every spring he arrays all the trees in raiments of brocade and adorns them with fresh jewels like pearls. He fills their hands with the star-like gifts of his mercy. So, thus, the one who performs these matters with infinitely fine art and perfect order, and changes with infinite wisdom, bounty, and perfection of power, and art the traveling words which follow on, one after the other, and are attached to the string of time, is certainly all power. Decision of the hour is as the twinkling of an eye, or even closer. These verses proclaim the perfection of his power, and that in relation to his power, the resurrection and great gathering are most easy and free of trouble. Since his creational command comprises power and will, and all things are entirely subjugated and obedient to his command, and he creates with no difficulty in order to express the absolute ease in his creating, the absolute ease in his creating, and the Quran of miraculous expression says that he does this through a mere command. And for conclusion, some verses talking about the start of the creation, the start of their creation, and talking about extremely fine art and infinite perfection of wisdom in beings, and the other the second part of verses talking about the recreation and return of things in particularly, and they mean that the extreme ease and speed and infinite obedience and lack of difficulty in the recreation and return of things in particularly, especially like the first verse I repeat